Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the chart for Harry Belafonte. May he rest in peace. If you look to the eastern horizon when he was born using Vedic sidereal zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with Taurus rising at 12 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating. Then we'll look and see when they're operating and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So, in a Taurus chart, first of all, the functional malefic planets are Venus, Jupiter, and Mars, because any multiconal sign in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th challenging houses, their rulers become functional malefic along with Rahu and Ketu. So first, Sun is at 17 degrees, close to the rising sign degree, so it has a lot of influence. It is afflicted by Jupiter, and it is ruling the house of happiness, and gives happiness through his career, his singing and acting and activism. But because it's weak, he did have an alcoholic dad, abusive dad, and 2 marriages. So the family was weakened. Moon is at 17 degrees, also close to the most effective point. It rules the house of success, and it's placed in the career house, conjunct the sun. So it gives success through entertaining the public. Moon has to do with the public. Moon is actually in the house of good fortune, and so brings good fortune through entertaining the public. Mars is at 11 degrees, also close to the most effective point. It is ruling the house of spiritual growth through letting go of attachments. And in his case, it gave him the ability to separate from who he is to be this legendary actor, singer, activist. And Mars is also a planet of activism. Mercury is at 4 degrees. It's debilitated, it's weak, and it gives income. It's ruling the house of creativity, and gives creativity through entertainment, singing. It's also rules the house of children. So he had 4 kids. It is a week, so he was a school dropout. He didn't finish school. This 5th house has to do with creativity, education, children, investments. Jupiter is at 17 degrees, again, close to the most effective point. Many of his planets are very close to the most effective point and have a lot of influence in his chart. So Jupiter is ruling the house of challenges, childhood trauma, healing that trauma. And he had a lot of struggles early on, and it is also the house of longevity. He did live to 96, and Jupiter is the indicator for children, so he had 4 kids. And this 8th house that Jupiter rules has to do with researching, being able to research the different roles that he plays and the songs that he sings. Venus is in the house of income. It is ruling the house of health and conflict, and it's exalted. And so Venus is the indicator for the sexual organs. So he did have prostate cancer, and gave him good income, I'd say, because it's in the house of income, through his good looks and his and wife. Saturn is at 14 degrees, also close to the most effective point. It's afflicted by Mars, and it rules the house of career. So career had its ups and downs. He was a very hard worker. He actually made he had 40 albums and 10 movies, and countless humanitarian roles throughout the world. Activist for the working class, advisor to Martin Luther King. Uh, Functional malefic Rahu and Ketu, they are at 12 degrees, also close to the most effective point. Um, in this relationship, they're always opposite each other, trying to balance something, and in this, they're balancing the spiritual and the material in his life. It They afflict wealth and family. He did have a couple of marriages and ups and downs to his wealth. Let's look at the timing and events. He was in the Navy in 1944 during a Saturn Mars period. Mars has to do with the military. Um, and then he got married in 56 during a Jupiter period. Jupiter ruling the house of transformation, big change in his life. And then he got his first album in 1956 during a Jupiter period. Again, huge transformation. Jupiter in the career house as well there. Got his first Emmy in 1960 during a Saturn period, boosting his career, Saturn ruling house career. And then in 95, he had prostate cancer and surgery during a Venus period, Venus affecting the health, ruling the house of health, healing, and the prostrate area of the body. Um, he passed away here on April 25th, 1923, died of congestive heart failure. This is during a Rahu period. And Venus is the prime indicator for health in his chart. So Venus, Rahu, period. Venus, health issues, Rahu, unexpected events. And if you look in the transit chart on the left, you see that the inner circle is where the planets were when he was born, and the outer circle is where the planets were at the time of his passing. And you can see that Rahu is afflicting Sun in the 12th house of end of life. So Sun is heart, and yeah, his heart was weak, so he did have heart issues anyway. And Rahu and Ketu are close to the most affected point, and they're afflicting the 6th house of health, the 8th house of death-like experiences, and the 12th house of end of life. So what could be done to strengthen the chart? Well, he's doing so many humanitarian charitable projects that are helping Venus to transform the functional malefic Venus, Jupiter, and Mars, as well as Rahu and Ketu. But the rest of the benefic planets could be strengthened with a kavash, my favorite remedy, which has Devata yantras for those planets. If you would like to see a kavash or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to www.vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening.